It began with a flash across news screens. U.S. ties trade to fighter jets, the bold text declared. The words landed with a thud in Canadian households from coast to coast. This was not just another political story. It was a direct challenge. The story spread like wildfire, from Toronto to Vancouver. The message was stark. A decision about military hardware was now tangled with the nation's economic lifeblood. Ottawa's air grew thick with tension. Ministers held emergency meetings. The news felt personal, an affront to national pride. But this felt like an ultimatum. The question on everyone's lips, what would Canada do? This was about more than politics or military strategy. It was about identity. It tapped into a deep-seated Canadian anxiety, the fear of being overshadowed by the American giant. News reports showed images of the F-35 fighter jet, a symbol of military might, now also a symbol of pressure. And as the day wore on, it became clear. Canada would have to pick it up. The nation braced for what came next. The world was watching. What began as a routine announcement at a quiet border crossing quickly turned historic. The U.S. ambassador, flanked by flags, started with talk of friendship, then shifted. He linked new trade agreements to Canada's choice of fighter jet. Choosing the American F-35, he implied, would mean smoother trade. The message, buy our jet or face tough negotiations. Canada was put in an impossible position. The ambassador's words echoed across the country. Was this a rogue move or Washington's plan? The border now symbolized a new divide. The world waited for Ottawa's response. The ambassador's statement was a masterclass in diplomatic coercion. He framed the F-35 purchase as an entry fee into a deeper partnership with the U.S. The subtext, Canada's economic future was now tied to its fighter jet choice. This public linkage was unprecedented. Canada's economy is deeply integrated with the U.S. Any disruption could be devastating. The ultimatum weaponized Canada's economic dependency. The government had spent years running a fair, open competition for new jets. The ambassador's comments bulldozed that process, turning it into a political loyalty test. The firestorm was immediate, a profound lack of respect for Canadian sovereignty. Ottawa was caught in a bind bow to pressure and surrender independence, or defy it and risk a trade war. The decision was no longer technical, it was existential. The ambassador's words had made a difficult choice nearly impossible. The nation was forced to confront its own limits. The world watched as Canada weighed its options. The reaction across Canada was swift and furious. Editorials decried American pressure as gunboat diplomacy. Citizens who'd never cared about military procurement now debated sovereignty. In Parliament, opposition parties accused the government of weakness. The government tried to walk a tightrope, reaffirming Canada's right to decide, but stopping short of rebuking its ally. The debate exposed deep divisions. Pragmatists argued for stability and prosperity through the F-35. Nationalists insisted sovereignty was not for sale. For pragmatists, the F-35 was a necessary concession to protect Canadian interests. For nationalists, giving in would set a dangerous precedent. Canada's decisions must not be dictated by another nation. The F-35 dilemma became a symbol of a larger struggle for Canada's soul. The country was split between those who valued partnership and those who demanded independence. The crisis forced Canadians to ask, how much is our independence worth? The answer would shape the nation's future. The debate raged on, with no easy resolution in sight. The world watched as Canada wrestled with its identity. At the heart of the crisis, two jets, two philosophies. The American F-35, stealthy, advanced, the choice of the U.S. and NATO allies. It promises interoperability and partnership, but comes with strings attached. The F-35 is a black box. Critical technology is American-owned. Canada would be a user, not a co-owner. Maintenance and upgrades depend on U.S. approval. The Swedish Gripen E is different, efficient, modern. designed for independence. Saab promises full technology transfer, domestic production, and high-tech jobs. The Gripen offers technological sovereignty. Canada would control its own fleet. The choice: deep integration with an ally, or deep investment in independence. Each jet represents a different vision for Canada's future. The decision is about more than hardware, it's about who holds the keys. The stakes are national autonomy versus alliance. The world waits to see which path Canada will choose. Canada faces a complex matrix of trade-offs. The F-35 offers top-tier capability and seamless U.S. integration, but at a staggering cost. Its lifetime expenses could divert funds from healthcare and social programs. The F-35's promise of partnership is also its greatest risk: permanent dependency on U.S.-controlled software and supply chains. Canada would own the hardware, but the U.S. would hold the keys. The Gripen E offers a different value: lower costs, autonomy, and domestic industry. Technology transfer would build Canadian expertise and jobs. The choice is not just between two planes, but between being a customer or a master of your own technology. Interoperability or independence, each comes with a price. The decision will shape Canada's defense and economy for decades. The debate is fierce, the consequences lasting. The world is watching Canada's next move. The clock is ticking. To understand the F-35's pitfalls, look to Denmark. Like Canada, Denmark chose the F-35, lured by promises of benefits and alliance. But costs ballooned, straining the defense budget and forcing cuts elsewhere. Promised industrial benefits fell short. Most work went to American firms. Denmark became reliant on the U.S. for parts and software, losing operational sovereignty. Modifications required U.S. approval, costly and slow. The initial sticker price was just the beginning. Long-term costs soared. Denmark gained a capable jet, but lost control and flexibility. For Canada, Denmark's story is a cautionary tale. The true cost of the F-35 may only become clear after the deal is done. The debate rages beyond Parliament. Defense experts warn of escalating F-35 costs and technological dependency. Many argue the Gripen's technology transfer would revive Canada's aerospace industry. Analysts question the need for a stealth fighter. Canada's real mission is sovereignty patrol, not first strikes. Public skepticism grows. Petitions and citizen groups demand transparency. Critics fear the F-35 will drain funds from healthcare and climate action. Many Canadians prefer the Gripen, seeing it as a better fit for peacekeeping and independence. The decision is framed as a moral and philosophical one about Canada's future. The voices of concern are loud and persistent. The nation is being asked, what kind of country do we want to be? On this cold December day in 2025, Canada stands at a crossroads. The fighter jet decision has become a defining moment for a generation. It will shape defense, alliances, and national identity for decades. Choosing the F-35 signals allegiance and integration, but at the cost of dependency. It's the path of a trusted junior partner, pragmatic but less independent. Choosing the Gripen E is a declaration of sovereignty and self-reliance. It risks friction with the U.S., but asserts Canada's autonomy. The choice is between alliance and independence, security and sovereignty. What does sovereignty mean in the 21st century? Is it absolute or negotiable? The answer won't be found in specs or budgets, but in the nation's heart. The world is watching. Canada is about to provide its answer. The decision will echo for generations. The future is now.